What's happening, my Jack family? Coach Scott here, jackedafter40.com. In today's video, we're going to address the question, is it best to eat breakfast or skip breakfast to get shredded after 40? And I have followed both approaches for extended periods of time, so I'm going to be sharing my unbiased opinion based on my experiences, and I can definitely tell you from firsthand experience that there is definitely one approach that's better than the other, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be sharing a full day of eating here, so you can see how I approach my nutrition when I am in a shredding phase. I am currently on a 28-day shred right now, consuming 2,000 calories a day. So you're going to see a typical day of eating for me at 2,000 calories to get shredded after 40 and stay shredded after 40. So looking forward to sharing all of this with you, but more than anything, I'm looking forward to hearing from you down in the comment section below. Do you skip breakfast? Do you eat breakfast? Do you find that there is an approach that works best for you? That's what's most important. I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. You want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. For the longest time, we were told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and if you want to lose fat, you need to make breakfast a top priority in your diet plan. And over the years, I have come across countless men over 40, including my father, who have forced themselves to eat breakfast because of this advice, even though they aren't hungry in the morning, they don't enjoy breakfast, and eating early in the day just makes them not feel very good at all. And then about 10 or 12 years ago, intermittent fasting took the internet by storm, and you started coming across advice that suggested that skipping breakfast was the best approach for burning fat, especially for men over 40. And I came across countless men over 40 who took that advice to heart and forced themselves to delay their first meal until oftentimes 2 in the afternoon, mid-afternoon. And these guys would find themselves to be noon, their typical lunchtime when they're having their second meal of the day, their stomach's rumbling, they're distracted because they're looking at their watch wondering how much longer until I get to eat my next meal. And in both these cases, these men over 40 would fall off the wagon. They just couldn't sustain this diet plan. It just didn't suit them. And this comes to the most important point when it comes to getting shredded after 40 is following a diet that you can stick with. Compliance is key when it comes to getting shredded after 40. So following a plan that suits you, your personality, your natural tendencies, your personal preferences, and enjoying the foods that, and eating the foods that you enjoy. So the most important question is, do you find that skipping breakfast makes it easier for you to consistently hit your calorie and macro targets by the end of the day? Or do you find it easier to hit your calorie and macro targets when you consume breakfast each and every day? And beyond that, it's really important to have a heightened sense of awareness. Really pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the day, how your energy is, how your focus is, how your performance is during your workouts. There's some people who find that skipping breakfast, they have a lot more mental clarity throughout the day, and they're energized, they're focused on their work, and they actually get better workouts when they perform in a fasted state. Those are usually the big proponents for intermittent fasting. They're kind of thrusting their personal experiences on everyone else. If I'm feeling this focused, this energized, and performing this good by skipping breakfast, everyone should feel the same way. Everyone should follow. Everyone's going to feel the same way if they skip breakfast as well. And that's simply not the case, because you have the people on the other end of the spectrum who are breakfast eaters. They enjoy breakfast. They feel that having more food in their system helps fuel their workouts. They perform better in the gym when they eat their breakfast. So you're going to have proponents on both sides. So it's really important for you to have a heightened sense of awareness and pay attention to how you're feeling throughout the day, how your energy is, how your focus is, and how your performance is in the gym. Also, going to bed. If you're skipping breakfast and you find that that is causing you to require a larger dinner in order to hit your caloric target by the end of the day, and you don't sleep as well when you have that larger dinner, or if you go to bed feeling full or uncomfortable, that's something to consider. Or maybe you notice that having a larger dinner makes you sleep better. There's so many factors in play. You're going to hear cases, these stories, complete opposite ends of the spectrum, and it's not that there is conflicting advice out there. It's just that we all have different experiences. We all have different preferences, and we all perform differently with different approaches. So take everyone's advice. You're going to see lots of comments down below and hear other people's experiences. Take their experiences, but the most important experience is your own. And the way you're going to get the most out of this is with a heightened sense of awareness, really making note and paying attention to how you're feeling each and every day, and what is making it easier for you to stick with your diet plan and hit your calorie macro targets each and every day, so you can finally get shredded after 40. And now it's time for me to share my personal experiences with eating breakfast and skipping breakfast, and which approach I have found works best for me. And in the end, I'm going to share a complete full day of eating a 2,000 calorie diet to get shredded after 40. So a little background about me. Most of my life, right up until my early 30s, I was a breakfast eater. I would jump out of bed and right away I would eat breakfast. It was just programmed in me from the beginning. And in my early to mid 20s, I gained 50 pounds of fat. Just life kicked me in the ass. I packed on the weight. Typical story that you hear from a lot of men over 40. And then it was in my early 30s where I was like, you know what, I gotta start taking charge of my life, get my shit together, shed this 50 pounds of fat. And that's when the first time in my life, I had to start dieting, and I was trying to find the right approach for me, and I want to have an open mind with it. I mean, I'm well educated in this, fitness background. I've been in this game coaching people since 1999. My degree in kinesiology. I know my shit when it comes to nutrition, but more than anything, I didn't want to pigeonhole myself in my own biases or anything like that. So I wanted to have an open mind. Intermittent fasting was pretty hot at the time. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this a shot, give it an experiment, and see how my body responds. First approach I followed, there was a 24, actually the first approach where there was a 36-hour fast every 5 or 6 days, something like that. Embracing that challenge, I think I thrived from it. So overall, that was a good experience. I also learned what real hunger felt like. So that was a good experience. I did that for about 6 weeks, and did that on 2 occasions. Since then, though, I have followed the kind of typical, more common intermittent fasting approach where you have that 16-hour fast and an 8-hour nutrition eating window to consume in. And I gotta say, like, once I experimented with that, I kind of adopted it. It kind of became a little bit more natural to me. I'd have that coffee in the morning at 6 a.m. and then I wouldn't be hungry right away. And I think a lot of it had to do with just diving into my work. I had my coffee, I'm answering client check-ins and emails and getting programming done. I'm just in that zone and getting by. I can do fine. I bring my dog out for a walk and come in, and sometimes at that point I'd have another coffee, or I'd have a hot chocolate or something like that to curb my appetite. So I found that I wasn't really starting to get hungry until 11 a.m., sometimes noon. So I would delay my breakfast, and if I delayed it till 11 or noon and then dinner was my last meal of the day, I basically was following that 16-8 intermittent fasting protocol, and it worked. The eating breakfast worked for me. Skipping breakfast, kind of delaying. I hate skipping breakfast. I don't even like I've never labeled myself as an intermittent faster or whatever. I eat when I'm hungry. So if I would wake up, if I was hungry at 9, I would eat at 9 o'clock. But for the most part, I found that I wasn't hungry until 10:30, 11 o'clock, and that's when I'd eat my breakfast. Sometimes I wasn't hungry until noon. It would all depend on what I ate the night before. So if I had a big meal late at night, I might not be hungry until noon the next day. So it was all based on my current situation, my current circumstances. It wasn't based on, oh my God, every day I eat my first meal at 2 o'clock p.m. and then I stop eating at 10 p.m. I wasn't following a watch. I was listening to my body. I have noticed at times that lately that I just haven't had quite the same kind of energy during my workouts. So just this past week, I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna kind of go back to my older ways and start eating a little bit earlier in the day. Nothing drastic. There's not a drastic change. So if I was eating breakfast at 11 a.m., I'm now eating my first meal at 9 a.m. So it's only a 2-hour difference here. So I still have my coffee and almond milk at 6 a.m. and I'm still kind of delaying my first breakfast until 9 a.m. For now, I may start having my breakfast a little bit sooner, but right now I'm just in a good little routine. I have noticed is my workouts have been way better this week. Without a doubt, This is not any placebo effect or anything like that. I am definitely performing better in the gym. But here's the thing, I've got more calories in me. I've got more food in me. I typically work out at either 3:30 in the afternoon or 6:30 p.m. And with this approach where I'm starting my meals, I'm starting eating just 2 hours earlier, I'm getting at least one extra meal in there before my workout. Now, if I was to still follow that same approach where I delay my breakfast until 11 and just have a larger breakfast or maybe another meal before my workout, kind of equal out the calories, that could be a different story. Again, it's personal experiences, something that I'll have to play around with if I wanted to do that. But right now I am really enjoying this getting back to eating early in the morning again. I am actually feeling better. I am actually feeling more focused, more clear, more productive when I start eating a little bit earlier in the day. It's only been a week right now, so I'm going to be monitoring this progress as I'm going along, sharing it with you guys. And yeah, you can always count on me sharing my journey, sharing my experiences with you. Do I think one is better than the other? Right now, I'm kind of thinking that eating a little bit earlier, a little bit sooner is better for me, not in terms of overall fat loss, both exactly the same. Whether I'm skipping breakfast or eating breakfast, exactly the same. There's been no difference in my fat loss whatsoever. More than anything, it's the little things. It's the energy, it's the performance, all that kind of stuff is the only difference that I experience. And if I can get a better workout in by eating breakfast a little bit earlier, I'm all for that. So now let's get to every meal that I ate yesterday. A 2,000 calorie diet to get shredded after 40. Began my day at 6 a.m., 2 cups of coffee with a bit of unsweetened vanilla almond milk. 9:15 I had a shake. Had this shake every single day. It is made with 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, 1 scoop of protein powder, an ass load of spinach, and a banana. We're looking at 440 calories here. Second meal was at noon, and that was 2 large eggs. I used some Pam cooking spray to scramble it up, and 1/3 cup of oats with 70 grams of mixed berries. That meal is 321 calories. And then at 2:30, my third meal was 260 grams of plain Greek yogurt and 140 grams of frozen mixed berries there. That is 240 calories, and I worked out at 3:30. And then after the workout at 6:30, I had dinner, which was Taco Tuesday, baby. Went with some extra lean ground chicken, 250 grams of that, 3 hard shells, 2 soft shells, had some salsa in there, 30 grams of shredded cheddar cheese, a bit of tomato, and a bit of lettuce there. That meal was 870 calories, so large meal at the end of the day. Also throughout the day, I had 4 Lifesaver mints. Total there is 60 calories. So give you a complete breakdown. The calories for the day was 1,961 calories, so 1,961 calories. Gonna look at the macro breakdown here. We're looking at 184 grams of carbs, 65 grams of fat, and 148 grams of protein. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. More than anything, I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your experiences. Do you prefer to skip breakfast, or are you a breakfast eater? Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. I hope you have yourself an absolutely amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.